Okay, Larry Smith, I think we are live. Uh, Thanks for joining the call, everybody. My name's Chip Dennis. I'm an affiliate of BioGreen of America in North Florida, and we are here today with the founder of BioGreen America, Mr. Larry Smith. He's joining us from Birmingham, Michigan. Larry, last time you and I talked, uh, you were in some snow situations up there. I think that's changed from February to now.
Yeah, it's still chilly. It's Michigan in March, one more day. So you never know what you're going to get. 30 degrees one day and 60 the next. So that's just the way it is here. We're getting there, slow but sure. We eventually warm up.
Yeah, you're closer to it than you were last time we talked. Larry, I appreciate you taking the time out to join us, and I really wanted to talk to you today about. I've had a lot of inquiries since you and I have been in business together about our affiliate program, and we've added a few affiliates in my short time since October, and so I just thought that it'd be a good idea to have people hear it right from the leader's mouth what it's all about. So start us out though real quick with a quick overview of what BioGreen is, what we do, when it was started, and just briefly who we are.
Well, BioGreen was originally founded, I founded it in 2008. So we're coming up on our 13th year. It was originally founded as BioGreen Solutions, which is now a franchise organization in Canada. BioGreen in the United States has been around since since the same time. And essentially we were formed to disinfect spaces, any space, home, business, auto, boat, anywhere germs happen to be. That's where we treat. And typically our treatments are monthly, or I should say every 4 weeks, although during the pandemic we've been doing a lot of clients more frequently. But it's simply a dry mist or fog, some people refer to it, where we come in and disinfect every square inch of whatever that facility might be. And when we leave, we refer to that as a clean baseline. And so all the bacteria, 99.9% of bacteria gone, mold, odor, and viruses are deactivated. So they're harmless. And again, we do that usually on a 4-week schedule. And it has a residual effect. So when things are reintroduced, because bacteria is reintroduced all the time, it ceases, or doesn't cease rather, but it slows down the growth rate. So it never gets back to where it was before we began our service.
That's great. That's great. So been doing it for over a decade. So prior to the pandemic, I do get the question occasionally from people, what are you going to do after the pandemic? So let's talk a little bit about, first of all, what prompted you to begin an affiliate program? And by the way, I'm glad you did, because that's why I'm where I am at today. So
I think what prompted us to start an affiliate program is that we had gone down the franchise road. And again, that was put in place in Canada. And franchising is very expensive for someone to get into. We felt it was important, just where we are here in the United States. This was prior to the pandemic. Just disinfection and a risk reduction tool is almost common. Well, to me, it's common sense. It might not be to everyone else, but the fact that you can reduce the risk of an infection or spreading some sort of bacteria, or just reducing allergy, causing particles in the air, all of those things seem like a very worthwhile thing to do. So we wanted to create an affiliate program so that people could come on board at a very, very low cost. We would set them up with the equipment that they need, the training, and get them up and running so that they can begin to build a small business, become part of the BioGreen of America family, which is how we view our affiliates, and you can start a small business literally within about 10 days and start to generate some, substantial revenue because, again, the business model is sell someone once and they become a monthly customer. So you treat them 13 times a year.
Perfect. So you mentioned a low cost barrier of entry. Let's go ahead and talk about that, Larry. What does it take for an affiliate? What kind of capital are they going to have to come up with? And the second part to that, what does an affiliate get for the money they're investing in BioGreen?
Well, the upfront cost is $6,000, which if you've done any research into franchising and so forth, it's I've never seen anything lower ever. But it's $6,000. What someone gets for $6,000 is they get all the materials they need to start up with. So they get the instrument to fog, they get liquid to fog with. They also are trained extensively. And I think probably as important as anything, they get 12 years of marketing experience and all the materials that go along with that, including website, all the materials that you can give to a customer that they can then give to their customers or employees that tell them what they're doing for them to keep them safe. So all of the marketing materials that you would normally have to put together to brand a new business is already in place. And all of that comes to you as part of the affiliate fee.
That is, glad you touched on that. That was what got my attention. Number one, the experience. So over a decade, and here again, pre-pandemic, and you educated me as to, what made you successful prior to the pandemic. I think the credibility of an affiliate goes out in the marketplace that 12 years brings. We didn't just jump on the COVID bandwagon, over a decade before, and we're going to be here after. And Larry, I can tell you, I have been with, in my career, 2 Fortune 500 companies in sales. I have not seen, I would put our marketing material up against either one of them. I mean, it's, I'm very proud and very, I don't shy away from handing out materials to people because, I mean, they look great. And the library that an affiliate has access to, where all I've got to do is I get a piece from you and I change the contact information on it, print it off, 4-color, looks great. It doesn't look like somebody sat there and did it on their, laptop with their own programming. And it's not just the look; it's the content. The content is phenomenal, and I don't think anybody trying to start this on their own and not be affiliated with somebody like BioGreen could do it on their own. It's just the credibility. I got instant credibility when I walk in to see somebody, whether they decide to use us or not. They know that we know what we're talking about, and this is a professional company. So kudos to that.
I think there are a lot of people that want to start a small business, but they're intimidated by the process. And one of the things that intimidates them is cost normally. What's it going to cost for me to ramp up and get a business going? But over and above that, it's how do I create all of these materials? How do I create a website? How do I create e-messaging? And how do I create all of these messages for a variety of different platforms? All of that is done for you. And then what happens if I have questions? Where do I go if I have questions? So all of that is taken care of. Again, as you know, Chip, if you have a question, I love answering questions. So we have everything, we put everything at an affiliate's disposal. And it's, at one time we referred to it as business in a box. It really is very, very easy to get started. And the one thing that everybody should know is nobody, let's see, how do I phrase this? When you talk to somebody about keeping them safer by creating a healthier climate in their work environment or their home or wherever, everybody will have that conversation with you, in particular today in light of what's going on, sadly. But prior to this and after this, people will have that conversation with you because it's top of the mind with everybody. You know, nobody wants to have a viral or bacterial infection. You know, nobody wants to deal with black mold. Nobody wants to deal with odor. So if you have one tool that can efficiently and inexpensively take care of all of those things, that's a conversation that I find virtually every business owner in the world will at least give you some time to have.
I agree with that 100%, Larry. And I have yet to be thrown out of anybody's home or office having that conversation. And I will say this also. I haven't been a whole lot of places where somebody's sitting there with 15 different proposals from disinfecting companies. There are people in it. There's there's always competition, but it is not everybody that is doing this. And for the cost, the reason I came on board, you called it business in a box. I love that. I call it plug and play because I didn't have to recreate anything. It's an easy conversation to have with customers too. Hey, we've been doing this for over a decade, almost 13 years now. We know what works, what doesn't work. We know what equipment works and doesn't. We know the right chemicals to use, all of that. And I just think that for the minimal cost, the startup cost, if you amortize that over a year, over 5 years, over 2 years, whatever you want to do, that cost is nothing compared to what the potential volume that you're going to do if you become an affiliate.
Well, you touch on two things there, Chip, and one is, we debated whether or not that entry point was actually too low. If some people would think, well, it's too low, how good can it be? But again, our goal was to bring on affiliates all across the country so that they can go out into their communities, their neighborhoods, and talk to business owners, homeowners, etc. And it virtually touches every industry in America. And start their own business and begin to build a business and see what that feels like. It's a wonderful thing. The other thing you touched on very quickly there was just the knowledge base. You actually referred someone to me a few weeks ago, and I've had several conversations with him. And he did try to start a disinfection business on his own and was quickly overwhelmed, bought the wrong equipment, bought the wrong solution to use in the equipment, and had no idea, was paying someone $300 to make a website for him. And I don't know if you've ever seen a $300 website, but it kind of looks like a $300 website.
Yeah.
And had no idea how to produce marketing materials. And again, that's very common when, a lot of people want to start something and have a great idea, and they were very, very capable of doing it and being successful at it. They need some help.
Right.
So that's, again, one of the reasons we kept it at that price point is because we didn't want to deter anybody that wanted to try this and get into it and start their own business.
Larry, that's great information. We've hit 15 minutes, and I swear I will keep you no more than 20 or 25. So I do have a couple other questions. Speak to the you have another piece of referral program that goes along with the affiliate program. Speak to that kind of quick, just so people will know that if they do come in. Let me tell you real quick what happened to me. I came in as an affiliate. I had a friend of mine that is in the medical equipment field. Called him right away. I said, I'm going to use him as a referral source. I think you know who I'm talking about. I called him to tell him what I had going on, and I would pay him for referrals if he got me in all these medical offices. And lo and behold, he stopped me in my tracks, and he said, no, I want to know what you're doing, and can I do it? And so I'm leading up to tell us what the referral, that happened by accident. I guess somebody could get into business, and if they wanted to, they could go out and actively get people to join our organization. But either way, there is a program where if we refer an affiliate, they become an affiliate. Talk to that a little bit, because it could help somebody offset the startup costs.
Well, the affiliate program is very simple. If you bring us someone and they become an affiliate, you receive a $1,000 referral fee. Very, very simple.
So that's
so if you bring 6 referrals, your affiliate costs have been covered over time. It also reduces the royalty that you pay back to BioGreen of America by 2%. So as opposed to 20% royalty coming back, it drops down to 18, and that can drop all the way down to 10. So if you were to bring 5 referrals over time, and the offer doesn't stop, so you could do that over 6 months, 2 years, 5 years. At the end of whenever that happened, you would be paying only a 10% royalty, and you would have, in essence, paid for your affiliate. So everything that you make is yours to keep,
right.
Of course.
That's awesome. That is awesome. So to wrap up, Larry, let's recap the top 3 reasons why somebody needs to become a BioGreen affiliate versus going somewhere else or trying it on their own. And then also, how do they get a hold of us? How do they get a hold of you?
Yeah.
And how quick can someone get started?
Well, the top 3 reasons would be the cost of entry. It's a very low cost of entry. The training that goes along with that, as well as the equipment, as well as all the marketing material. All the knowledge of 12 years gets put into these marketing pieces, which are very, very, very well done. And I'm happy to send anybody who's interested a sample piece so that they could see what we're talking about. All the messaging that we give to the affiliates, we also produce the messaging that goes to their clients, so that they, for example, if you walk into a dentist's office, there's a sticker on the door that says, BioGreen Clean. And then at the counter, there's a card, or they can have the cards made that simply tell the customer what they're doing for them. Here's how we're keeping you safe. It creates enormous goodwill for that particular business. So I think those are the main reasons to get in. It's a great way to start a business that you don't need an office for. You don't need a building for. You can do this out of your house, certainly in the beginning. It's pretty straightforward. We've streamlined it to be a very, very simple, straightforward process. If somebody wants to reach me, they can just email me at lcsmith@biogreenmichigan.com.
And I think you've got your contact information on the website. So give us that website again.
Yeah. The website is just biogreenofamerica.com.
Okay. And one more quick thing I want to add to that. Somebody can become an affiliate without having to make this their full-time job, so to speak. In other words, part-time.
In the beginning, yes. Yeah, and I think that's what most affiliates do. Most affiliates have a regular job, and this is something that they do kind of on the side. And then once it gets going, then you can have the discussion: do I do this full time and quit my day job or whatever that other job happens to be, or you can simply go into it full time. But I think most people do start out, until they get a certain comfort level with the language and how they approach customers and so forth. So, it's not something that you just you don't have to drop everything you're doing and do this. This is a great way to make pretty good income on the side until you decide to make it full time. Of course, that's every individual's choice.
Right. And I'll add anybody listening that the fact that at least in the commercial space, typically people are getting their space treated off hours. So I know in my situation, I am doing it part time. So most people want us to come in after they close, and then of course there's weekends, and you can. So anyway, it is a great way to start if you needed to start part time, because it's not going to conflict with quote unquote 8 to 5 kind of hours. So Larry, listen, man, that's great having you. Again, they want to reach you, they can go to the website, email, carrier pigeon, but I've been involved with Larry Smith now since October officially. I've been an affiliate since October. Haven't looked back, haven't regretted it. It's great. Larry is very easy to get a hold of. I've had him on three-way calls with prospects. I've had him talk to prospects and affiliates on his own. I've just sent them to him, and you've done great with them all, Larry. So I hope that this will help answer some questions, and I hope to see more BioGreen affiliates. And we need to take this brand nationally, and we need to do it quick. Let's do it. Larry, thanks a lot.
My pleasure. Yep.
Okay. Thanks, y'all. Thanks for having us, and thanks for watching. Until next time.